Hello, I'm popping on again. I told you guys I was going to just pop in and do spontaneous sessions. I want to be here with you. I want to be talking about all this yummy, yummy pleasure business. And I really want to talk about sex magic because it's what people have been really coming to me for lately. And it's so powerful. And I use it every single day. And so I want to talk to you about how you can use it in ways that are going to be really, really powerful for you. And so, like, really, who I'm talking to here is any female entrepreneur, any female business owner. I really want to be speaking to those super empowered six-figure female business owners who are really wanting to like, you don't need business coaching, but what you really want to do is you have some goals, you have a focus right now, and you want like quantum speed to amplify these goals and bring them to you. And so it's like sex magic isn't just for your pleasure. It's intentional. If you didn't catch the last live stream that I did, you want to go back and take a listen to how sex magic and tantra are very, very similar, how they're different, but how they're really so similar. So what I want to go over today is some of the ways that you can use these practices as potent tools for manifestation. And so this is so fun. Actually, I want to pop up on Facebook so I can see who's with me and so we can chit chat. So thank you so much for joining me here. Oh, Charity, so glad you're here, Queen. Okay. So energy transmutation. This is the first thing I want to talk about. So with this principle, using these tools involves using your Kundalini energy, your turn on, to pour it into creative expression and manifesting energy. So how you would apply this, so that's the principle. How you would apply this is by channeling this enhanced energy, right? Your turn on is your aliveness. So like literally when you are in pleasure, you are amplifying your sensation. This is why it's such a powerful manifestation tool, is because you're amplifying all of your energy. You're elevating your frequency, you're elevating your aliveness, and you can channel this energy towards your business goals, specifically during rituals, by setting up focused visualizations. And in this way, all of you divine, powerful entrepreneurs out there can then infuse your intentions with this heightened vibrational force or frequency. So this is what you're intentionally cultivating your aliveness, because this is how we manifest, right? Is you want to feel the frequency of what you were attracting. So you're working with a really high frequency practice so that you can manifest those high frequency outcomes that you desire. So that's the first one, is energy transmutation. The second is sacred rituals. So the principle behind this is that when you have a sex magic practice, you are intentionally setting it up in ritual, in ceremony. So you actually create a sacred space, and then you are amplifying the energy. So again, it comes back to that frequency and matching it towards focused or desired outcomes. And so the application like this looks like incorporating rituals. So it could be things like, this is the deliciousness too, as you often will channel the rituals that you go into, but you might bring in the elements. So you might do like a water ritual, using either the water, like water and its wisdom, using your own sacred waters. You might use candle magic. So having fire, that element of fire, which is really connected to the Mary Magdalene lineage, or other symbolic acts. You might have Palo Santo or incense, so that you have the smoke element, using that to bring your pleasure and expand your pleasure frequency higher, closer to source energy, all these different ways. So you're setting up your ritual, aligning your ritual with a specific business objective. So what is the desire that you were working towards? What is the thing that you want to create? So you're setting your objective, and then the intention and the energy that's invested during these rituals enhances manifestation. And I'm just talking, those are really simple rituals. It's also going to look like any self-pleasuring rituals or sacred sex rituals that you're engaging in with your partner. Okay, the next one. So we have energy transmutation, sacred rituals, as well as mind-body connection. Sex magic emphasizes the unity of mind, body, and spirit. Body being super, super important for the feminine, because we find our answers and our solutions in the body. So in our business, if we're really heady and we're stuck up here, and this is usually when you get stuck because you're trying to find solutions and you're trying to find answers using your head. Whereas for women, this is the whole point of embodiment and somatic practices, is you drop into your body. This is also the power of pleasure practices, is because it drops us as women into our body. And in this way, when we are in connection, we can then be guided to our answers. So application can look like this. So entrepreneurs can use this. It's a holistic approach to align your thoughts, actions, and desires by integrating mindfulness during these intimate moments. So by mindfulness, I mean awareness. So setting up conscious awareness, allowing yourself to be the observer or the witness during these intimate moments allows you to direct this unity then towards your business manifestation, just like any really powerful intentional practice. So that's the mind-body connection. The next one I want to touch on is intentional visualization. We just did a whole hour and a half in the rose codes, and where I guided my goddesses and the priestesses in that space through sacred sex scripts. And visualization is the key component within sacred sex scripts, because so many reasons. It would take me 90 minutes to guide us all there. But essentially, visualization is a key component of sex magic, where practitioners will vividly imagine their desired outcomes. You have to see it to realize it. So when we allow ourselves to begin to visualize and to dream and let those desires get really, really tangible, we can then begin to manifest it. And the other thing is, once we get to, especially for example, with the sacred sex scripts, when you are visualizing it, you can then begin to speak it and project it out there, so that you're hearing it, you're reading it on paper. When you write it down, you're seeing it as you're actually going through the act of reading it. When you're sharing it with other women, so that you can actually be witnessed and celebrated, whether you believe it or not at this point, you're just allowing yourself to visualize it and begin to draw your energy towards that. So the application would be, for example, entrepreneurs can harness this practice by regularly, almost everyone does this, but by regularly visualizing the success of your business, the clients coming and messaging you in your inbox, the Stripe payments, the PayPal payments, your everything flooding into your bank account. You're going to picture yourself in the sessions that you want to be running. You're going to picture yourself at the retreats. You're going to picture yourself with clients all around the world, visualizing the success of this business, focusing on the specific achievements and the emotions associated with reaching those goals. That's the key element, right? Is you want to visualize, you want to go through that whole process. Like the visualization allows for the rewiring. So hitting, speaking, hearing, and reading, and then bringing in that feeling tone, because that feeling tone is what is going to allow, you want to be practicing these tools. And again, this is why pleasure is so powerful, is when you're saying it, when you're declaring it, you want full body tingles. You want the truth bumps. And that's when you know that the magic, your magic, is being literally sprinkled through your being and out into the cosmos. So this is one of the ways that we can work with intentional visualization. Sacred sex scripts is my favorite visualization practice to work with. The next one is partner collaboration. So the principle behind this is that, of course, in some sex magic rituals, this involves us in a shared experience with a partner. Application of this could look like entrepreneurs in relationships can collaborate their intentions with their partner. So aligning their shared intentions for business success. This joint focus, it's just like why it's powerful to meditate on our own, but it's even more powerful when we are meditating in a group circle. It's why we see like the massive online group meditation circles, right? Is because it enhances, expands the energy behind the practice. So the same thing with partner collaboration, you have their additional energy, especially when you have the masculine, feminine intentions playing back and forth, like to be able to actually have your partner declare to you, like, what is it, if your partner is a man, but also like whoever is embodying the masculine. So what is the masculine? Because the masculine energy is giving. So in this practice, what is the masculine going to give? If you were in the feminine, what are you opening to receive through the practice? So in this way, you allow this joint focus to intensify the manifestation practice. You have two bodies of heightened, turned on, alive energy. So it's even more powerful than practicing on your own. And then the last one that I want to touch on, actually there's a couple other ones that I'm going to go into, is working with the moon phases and planetary influences. So the principle behind this is that sex magic, often paired with favorable moon phases or planetary influences, adds this extra layer of intention. You're using the cosmic energy. You guys hear me talking about sky daddy energy or GPS goddess, or sorry, great pussy in the sky. It's this cosmic ethereal energy that is working and supporting and moving through you. It's like the magic of the universe. So when you have these additional, like the moon phases, working on the new moon, the full moon, working on the solstices, and oh my gosh, help me out here. Words are leaving my brain. It starts with an E. Everyone listening, you're gonna know. Anyways, hey Alicia, how are you doing, Queen? So when you're working in alignment with these different celestial cycles, you have this additional layer, these energies that like for the new moon, you're probably setting intentions. On the full moon, you're probably releasing them. Equinox, thank you. Oh my God, it was gonna drive me crazy. And all these other changes. So there's so much energy around these times, so you can weave that into your sex magic practices. So that's what the application would look like, is aligning these manifestation rituals with favorable moon phases or planetary influences for that additional layer, using and actually asking these cosmic energies to amplify your business manifestations. The next one is the erotic blueprint. So again, the principle behind this is that sex magic recognizes the unique erotic blueprints of every individual. Like you are in a cosmic love story connection with GPS and Sky Daddy. So entrepreneurs can explore and understand, begin to get their own erotic energy blueprint, get familiar with it. This is, again, going back to having to be the witness, the observer, and then consciously during manifestation rituals, tap into that personalized source of power. This is really powerful once you have your own practices, when you have a very clear, open channel and connection to the goddess and also to spirit. So really this leads to me more off of like intuition. When you were so tapped into your intuition that you were knowing which practice to tap into, which elements to bring into your practice, which tool, like, are you going to dance? Are you going to self-pleasure? Are you going to do a striptease? Are you going to XYZ? Are you going to sit and do a cacao ritual that's going to lead into like feeding your desires? Really, it gets to be, this is where it gets really good, because you begin to get so honed in, because you are working all of these rituals, that your intuition is so connected, your channel is so open. And the last one that I want to tap into, hey Mel, how are you, Queen? So is intentional orgasmic energetic releases. The principle with this one is that the climax in sex magic is like a really powerful release of energy. So again, if you're coming in with an intention, if you're coming in with a desire, you work your practice around that. You're building your pleasure, you're building your turn on, expanding the feeling tone, the frequency of that pleasure in your body. And so then at the point, and this is again kind of going back to very similar tantric practices, where at that point of orgasm, your energy field, you also have like you're building up the toroidal field around yourself. Your partner is doing the same individually, and then you're also building like this microcosmic orbit of energy between the two of you, from heart through genital expression. So you have this microcosmic orbit cycling through you. You move that energy all the way up to your crown. You have this climactic release. This is essentially like a massive energy projection of, so whatever desires you were bringing into this practice goes out into the universe, and then almost acts like a black hole. So then all of a sudden the energy all starts to come back in, and this is like the energy where you're starting to pull the energy in from the cosmos. So source energy starts to come, and the desires begin to move in and through you. So almost instantaneously drawing these desires towards you. So entrepreneurs can begin to set intentions before orgasm, directing like this is sex magic to me, directing that potent energy towards specific business goals, creating a charged and focused release. So this is a way that you can play with this delicious and powerful energy. Mel, I love this. Heather has been teaching me a lot about sexual expression and the Taurus. Ooh, yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And there's so much Egyptian wisdom around, like, I mean, just all the temple priestesses. I love this, Queen. So this is really how fun business can be. This is literally my business plan. This is how I have built a 6-figure business. These are, when I, it's not the only thing, but pretty darn close. Pleasure is really woven into all of my business, the structure and strategy, because that's what works for me. That's what feels good. That's how I tap into my frequency. That's how I tap into my abundance frequency. And it has successfully worked. It's like having such a massive leap from last year through this year, as I dove really deep into these pleasure practices. So it's so easy. It's so fun. There is no, business meetings where you're sitting by the computer or around a table, like it is so much more fun to have business meetings with your sister goddesses, with your priestesses, where you are working in pleasure, where you are amplifying your aliveness, where you are opening your channel so that you can receive the creative direction from source energy itself to manifest all of your desires. And this is, I'm speaking to those business owners, all of you goddesses out there who know that you are here to do business in a different way, where you are here to do it from the feminine, where you are here to say, I am creating in a way that is different from everything that we've been told. And you believe it. And also the deliciousness is, like you said, Mel, you're bringing in these really, really ancient practices from women, centuries ago, who did the same thing. This is successfully how they built their empires. And here we get to bring it into this world. It's been incredibly successful and historically. And now we're bringing that back into this world that, really needs it. So by integrating these sex magic principles into your practice, 6-figure female entrepreneurs can easily tap into your own unique, your own transformative approach to manifestation aligning with your sensual and spiritual energies as, alongside your ambitious business goals. It's fun, it's delicious, it's powerful. It's powerful because the more that you see your desires flood, gush into your reality, it's exciting. You start to realize that it works. You're going to do it more. You're going to feel better the more that you do it. And you're going to learn to trust, which is such a powerful part of working with the feminine. As you begin to trust, you realize the universe really has your back. That GPS, that Sky Daddy really wants you to have everything that you desire, and that you are always supported, because it's not an easy journey. It's also the path of devotion, which means, like the goddess, like Inanna and Persephone and Ishtar, we are going to go into a descent, which is going to challenge us, where it's going to make us wonder, what the fuck? And ultimately, the more that you actually see the outcome and you see the success, you go, oh my God, actually everything is working out in my favor. I am completely and divinely supported. And that's when the magic really gets exciting. So send me any questions. Let's connect if we haven't chat in a while. If you are brand new catching this on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube catching this and this is the first time that you've popped in, send me a message. Let's connect. Say hello if you're on YouTube and you're not in my Facebook group. Sacred Sexuality, Her Pleasure Prophecy. Come join me over there, where we stream these live, and you can be part of the conversations as we're on here. So thank you so much for popping in and having a listen. I would love to hear how you are using these practices already in your business. I would love to hear some of your success stories. I would love to hear about some of the things that you have manifested. And if you want to integrate this into your business strategy and you're not currently doing it, let's definitely connect, because this is, I'm telling you, it's the most delicious, most empowering, most liberating way to structure and build your business. And it's fun as fuck. So sending you all so much love. And I will catch you soon next time I pop on here. Sending so much love. Take care.